Okay, I'm gonna make a quick video with the idea is for assembling a hive, and specifically I went with plastic made in the US. Obviously a wooden one would be, I mean, a lot of them are Chinese, but you can build one yourself, or in case of plastic it's basically buying one from manufacturer. This is the one, it's not insulated, so the main focus is that just made in USA. The rest, I don't think. I just applied to this that if I can assemble one full hive, starting from the stand, which is from Bismart. Again, I wanted to get the newer one and old one just to see the difference. The old one I ordered from B-Commerce, and looks like they send the new one at this point, so whatever they have over there on picture is not what they present. But anyway, this one is from Bismart. We'll assemble that, and then on the stand we need the bottom board. Again, bottom board is from Bismart. Again, includes the cover and rubbing string. Boxes, it's gonna be from Motherload, and it's more known for the inside hive feeders. I got two kinds. I just want to see the difference, and we'll assemble that together. So one it looks like just a cover, non-insulated. It might have their own benefits if you want to give them a bath, kind of disinfect them and not burn them. That would be an option. We'll put them together and see how they fit together. Of course, feeder for Bismart. We'll open that in a second. Just assemble and see how that fits. And lastly, proudly made in USA, the Interceptor Pro. This is a swarm trap. We'll put that together, and let's see how everything fits, how it is. Again, this is made in USA. Something that a lot of people kind of, when they review something or they buy a product, again, depends what nerve Chinese step on. So there you go. Again, I did say I bought this product with my own money. I want to kind of present that as from consumer side. So what you get in a box is a stand, a box with frame holders, all the hardware, and let's see if it says how heavy it is. I think it's like 10 pounds or something like that. It's heavy. So you get the feet. And pipes, looks like they are all plastic except the inserts. Everything is plastic. The way I understood, you can fill up them with sand. This one specifically went from Spears Beef Farm. Okay, they say it's made in USA, and I'm happy to see that. We'll see how everything fits together, and then we'll try to combine with Motherload, see if that's really something compatible with. Again, I don't know, I'm pretty sure they know of each other, but let's see how they work together. So, okay. Alrighty, let's put this together. it looks like should be very simple. Include a sticker. That's my thing. I love it. Instruction very simple. I don't think that you can make simpler than that. So okay, let's put it together. And just to see where would you feel that would sand, because I know they should have a, it feels very solid. So there's a hole right there, I guess, for the drain, but I don't see any holes that you would like use to fill up with sand. So what it says over here, okay. So they say we strongly recommend putting pavers below the legs for aided stability. And they recommend minimum 8x8 under legs for added stability. Alright, doesn't say anything about fill up with sand. So whatever I heard from the videos from other reviews, they have like a hole somewhere, the old one. That's why I want to get the old one, just to experience that. Well, looks like it, they don't have anything like this. So of course if they have 4 of those, I don't think that's anything complicated. Insert those in each end. Right there, it's a puzzle thing. It's, I guess you can have some fun. Okay, insert those. At this point, use the hardware. Which is interesting, they use flatheads. Not a big deal, but I guess I'm gonna go look for flathead screwdriver, which is unusual these days. I got ready Phillips. You got used to these days that Phillips is everywhere. Oh, yeah, we got the Phillips screw for the, when you screw the bottom board to the stand, kind of, because you have those 2 pipes kind of holding them together, but when you put the top board, they kind of give you like strength frame. So let me grab a screwdriver and continue. Alrighty, got a flat screwdriver. I don't know what's the reason they use flat screws, but it is what it is, not a big deal. Maybe to prevent people from using a screw gun, because I got this ready. As you know how I said, these days is everything Phillips. Maybe not too over tight, but that's interesting. So no sand filling. My plan was, because I watched a couple of videos, I never had this stand before, so I just barely tied it down. I was ready to put them, fill up them with concrete instead of with sand, but since they don't have any opening, at least designed for that, then I'm gonna leave it this way. I don't think there would be It is depends how long. The whole idea of having plastic, it's more like I don't know if you can put it against wood. If you take care of the wood, and it depends where you locate it, there's some pros and cons to both of them. I saw in a review with like mother load boxes, and the guy's saying that he's like 13 years old, which is kind of okay, not enough if you ask me. Depends how much you would ask from that, like how much you want to have that equipment. Sometimes it's about the money, sometimes it's just you want something a little bit quality. This is the case where like mainly I do expect some quality from it, but mainly to be made in the USA. So if we try that, it's pretty good. I would say the whole idea with these screws right here on the side, because it's made the bottom board from the same company, that should be a benefit you screwing and having another support from the top. As for the thickness, it's very thick. I'm trying to push somewhere where it's empty, like hollow, and it doesn't budge at all. So I'm glad they use super thick. We'll see over the time how we'll hold. We have a lot of sun, so let's see how it's not Arizona sun, but it's still pretty harsh. So okay, this is the stand. I'm gonna give a couple measurements, so just to give you an idea the width where you could use. I run into some issue where I'm trying to put a hive on it, and it's 22, and to be exactly it's 22 and a half in depth. The width where you could fit is 16 and a half, and of course the height, if that matters, it's 13 and 8, 13 and 16. What else would be important? The way I see it, if you try to modify this, I think it's possible to cut a different pipe, and we can take a look. It's 1 1/4 pipe outside diameter. So in case you like, hey, decide that I'm gonna have some custom hive, it's possible to use. Again, remember, there's those nuts that they're clipped inside, one-way clip inside, so that you might want to come up with weld or nut or something inside the pipe. The rest looks good. All right, let's assemble the bottom board. And we'll put that together, see how it fits. Bottom board is from B-Smart, again, made in USA. And I forgot to put those on, but we can attach them when we put them together. Alrighty, take this away. And B-Smart. That's the bottom board. From this, it's from the side. Again, I didn't look price-wise. I just wanna made in USA. Okay. Here's the bottom board. I'll put this on. Top cover. I guess I'm gonna remove that together. Alrighty, empty. Okay, that's from Spearsby Farm. Okay, it looks like they have some personal note which says, I hope you enjoyed the Be Smart products. We really like them and we will sell a lot of them. Thanks, Randy. Thank you, Randy, for packing this for me. Okay, here's the bottom board. Of course, another sticker, which is awesome for me. This is for the, it's a mesh bottom with the mic board. Again, how I said, I was looking for the specifically US made. And, I'm assuming at this point I have to attach the bottom board to the stand. They do use some caulking or something to cover the edges. I would prefer that they have some kind of stamp and kind of like cut this precise, or at least fold the edges. It is what it is. I don't think that really matters, but it's quite, I would say, maybe too dramatic, but to say this, the pins are sticking, so if you put your finger, it's a little bit, you can catch your clothing or something. Hopefully bees don't mind. Time will tell. Another sticker, that's for me. Thank you, Randy. Rubbing screen. It includes 6 pins. It's pretty simple. The whole idea inner cover fits over there just like a glove. Just in case, it's all included in one hive, so that's awesome. I guess this is the entrance. Reducers. And instruction. How I said, it's plastic. Time will tell how well it's holding over the time. I mean, over the years. We will have to learn where all these pieces are going. Try to put it together and see how it fits. Cover, and this is the case where it doesn't really make sense. You're having this well insulated and plastic, supposedly like will last years and years, and let's hope. And then you have a regular board, which is kind of like. But when we'll put those boards together, I want to look inside if it's possible that you can add at least something to those boxes. This is the top cover. The way I see it is looking at the sun. It's basically the light. It goes through those which is, I guess they stick this to the top layer, just to not to be able to squish when you put something on top. The rest of them look kind of solid. Of course, this is the hole where you could cut if you need to put a feeder. They have a screw place. I'm assuming if you want to use the old one. The way I understand is that the feeder on the new version, you can put it on subcover, or how you call this, and it looks pretty thick. I don't see them breaking it. In any case, I'm gonna remove the tape and see how it's doing underneath. I'm gonna try to keep it in the sun, direct full sun. See how he yellows and how he reacts over the time. Okay, pretty snug. There you go. They include the user guide. So what they say over here is, okay, winter use, I guess feeder use. There's the way you could arrange it, and I'm assuming that you could use this tub as a feeder. Now, I looked as usual, a bunch of channels on YouTube. There would be like a good idea where you could use one of those, or this is one of those round ones, like Frederick down, the one he likes. I can see this using like sugar dry feed, patties or anything like this. Liquid is not gonna work. You have a hole right there, and then a hole, it's like 6 holes, 3 on each side, small holes. I'm assuming, and then there's an entrance, top entrance. I'm assuming you could plug those silicone and then use liquid and somehow work with this top right here, because it comes off, and have some kind of device that it will help you. Here's the first where I liked it. There's everything, there's a place in it, so you can arrange all this stuff and not having all over the place. Again, if you hand a field and all this, it's just nice to have all this with you. Not super important, but it is a bonus or somehow convenient. Okay, and I'm assuming those pins, they gotta go in different location. This cap right here, there's the room right there, and then the pins, I'm assuming it should be one of these holes, square boxes. Okay, and you have the cover fitting right there. A little bit snug, but that's all we need. Okay, fits everything nice. And the top cover, of course, goes on top. Right there. Yeah, it's a little bit loose. I wish it'd be a little more tight, but it is what it is. Okay, let's attach the bottom board. And we'll get to assembling the... Still need to find out where's that for. Oh, it's interesting, they're a little bit curved. Oh, well, we'll find out. No rush. Okay, I'll get the stand back on the table. It does come with some hardware, so we'll find out in a second how this is supposed to fit. Okay. I'm assuming you can use anyway, the front or the back, they are all similar, so they should not make any difference. And the hole are pre-drilled. Let's get the screws, screw this on, and definitely they should give you a lot of strength to the stand. Well, they use Phillips, which is good. I'm gonna try to fit this. There you go, not too hard. It gets pretty warm. It was sitting on the sun, and it gets pretty warm, so keep that in mind. Plastic. Unlike wood, supposedly plastic it's more, I don't know, thermal resistant, or how you would say. There you go. Try to get the screws exactly in pre-drill hole. You could drill into the next to it, but it has like a little knob or a place where it's going. If you get next to it, it's a thinner material. So well, let's see how stable it is. Counting this table is a little bit wobbly. I think it's pretty good. Okay, put bottom board. Okay, the bottom board doesn't have any guides. I wish they would do this. So let's see. They do have in the beginning, but from that point you gotta push up. And I wish they would have those guides continuing. I'll show you in a second. Because when you do this in the field, you kind of trying to get on your knees or something like this. So you can see this part right here. It has a guide, but has a part where interrupts that. And when you try to get that, it kind of guides on a place, but oh, there you go. It's possible, but it still has like that thing where you have to wiggle it. Again, this is plastic. All they need to do is work it out on a stamp. So it would be nice to make it better. So, how I said, I think you can get a notch a little bit the front with an angle, so you don't have to. Life is simple if you make it simple. Okay, so another thing is, in the end, from the heat, there is no way it does have as a stop, and you need to make sure it goes all the way, but with the time I'm pretty sure it would bow. Not a big deal. Another part that I don't like about this is that it has enough distance between the mesh and the board, but when you pull this off, most of the stuff that it's like ½ inch, it's kind of get into there, you're gonna roll over. There's the whole kind of like purpose to have this kind of open. So it'd be nice if they would do something over this. Otherwise you just pull a little bit down. I don't think that's impossible. We work with anything at this point, but I think Be Smart can do it a little bit better than this. Same thing with this. It's sharp for you. I don't think this is for your hands, but is this a problem for the bees? To me, I would say not pleasant, not good, but it is what it is. I don't think they're gonna break any legs on it. And I'm gonna try just to kind of bend them, see if that's possible. Yeah, it is possible. You just roll with the screwdriver. Kind of make it a little bit smoother. You lay them down. As soon as you put them down, that's all I need to do to because they kind of stick up, and I'm trying to. I'm assuming that this it was okay. Okay, the stand has a frame holders. They don't inspire much, but when you install it, there's space right there, like a notch. You put it there, and then you slide out. Otherwise, if you keep it there, it's just useless. So you slide them out, and it's okay. Again, it's plastic. The mouse guard entrance reducers, basically you can flip them. They give you one extra, which is awesome. Also, those pieces, it's basically like spacers. So you put them so you can use 8 frame box. I guess when you have a nuke or something unusual, mostly people they use 10 frames. So there you go. Let's get the boxes, put the boxes together, see how they fit. Like I'm really waiting to see how is the USA with USA comparable with the bit between the companies. Okay. Boxes. So I don't know how exciting is this. How I said, it's from Motherload, and they're known with inside frame feeder. So with this, I got two. They sell two kinds. So the way I suspect it, they just use a panel to cover, and I want to pop one of those panels. Very simple to assemble. I want to pop one of these panels, see if it's possible. I don't see through the sun, so see if it's possible that you could put something in there, and I will show you in a second the other one. The other one is just like it's missing the panel. So how you can see is just like a very, not thin, it's very quality. Actually, I like the thickness. And how I said, one of the guy from YouTube that he said he had for 13 years. I'm assuming that you can somehow disinfect them, acid bath or whatever you can come up with, just to kind of like clean them, or I don't know if that's gonna be good on a plastic. And I'm trying to look any markings that they would say. Nope, no markings. I wish they did. So, well, let's put it together and see how that fits. They should just clip into each other. Again, you might use a hammer. We'll see how it's gonna go. Oh, there you go. So what it says, oh, just made in Motherload products and made in USA, but no plastic markings. Again, we'll see over the years how it holds. I see a couple of tabs in the end. That's the bottom. I would say I don't like it right away. It's too small. Under the load full with frames, it might give up and break. Let's put it together and see how the way it shows. So we'll make sure this is the tabs that's on the bottom. Tabs on the bottom. Should be simple. Of course, it's gonna require some force to it, and I'm gonna use one of the sides to make sure we don't mix them. Not just for fun. I'm gonna try to see if it fits the other way. So if you, in case you make a mistake, is that possible or not? So this is how it's supposed to go. Let's say let's flip them and see if you can do it the other way. No, you cannot. So you cannot make a mistake. If you, it's not gonna clip into it, so you're not gonna put it wrong. It goes only one way. And this clip is pretty strong, so it's gonna need some force for you to push it down and make sure it clips in. So let's try and do that. I'm gonna try to do it by hand and see if that's doable. Oh yeah. As soon as you get over this point where it's where you have to squeeze all 4 clips, well, as soon as you go over that, it goes pretty good and it's latches in place, which is awesome. Okay, let's do the next one. I mean, I know when you start compare them between wood and so on, it might not make sense, but when you hear a lot of videos how they complaining about putting them together mass with the glue and all this is like a dream for everybody. So you would say they wish would come up with somehow that you put the wood this way. So hey, use your fist. I just, it went pretty good. I'm trying to see how as good is the connections. Let's do the other side. Again, how I said, you cannot do it wrong. Even if you try, they don't fit. So they made this way, which is pretty good. Okay, this way. That's good. Super simple. I'm pretty sure if you have a mallet available with a board, it might go faster. What I could say, it's very thick. It's very thick. Little handles. I don't know how you would look at those if you wear gloves, because a lot of times you expect something to hang on your fingers, not like strangle when it's heavy. You kind of like push it. How I said, the only thing I don't like it, I know this is to line up, but mainly would be nice to have something stronger, or since we are right here where it's kind of important to measure them. Now the thickness it's I would say a little bit over 3/4. I would say, I don't know, 32 seconds plus 32 seconds. Inside diameter is 14 and 13/16 by 18 and 3/16, and outside on the width it's 16 and 5/16, length 19 15/16. So there you go. Height. Nine and 11/16. That will be the box. How I said, I don't think that's a big deal. Even if those clips they break, I'm pretty sure you can live without them. I see the little bit of friction resistance. They have like a little grooves. How you would say, like let me show you a little bit closer. So it's not smooth. So those little teeth it might hold, and we'll put the box together, the other one, and see how that holds. So you might not need those clips over there. There's another ones inside. I'm not sure what's that for. I didn't study their product that well, but there you go. There's one box. Let's put the other one, and we'll try to assemble that on a stand. See how that fits together. Hopefully they had some communication between themselves and make it fit, work, match. Now what I want to do with this, I'm going to try to pop one of these panels because I believe this is just an empty panel. I'll be surprised if they have anything. It would be awesome. Let's take it apart and see. Yeah, it pops up pretty easily. See if that's possible. I believe it's the same panel. It's just like a little cover. Again, you don't need to put much work into it to make it more insulatable or something like this. This is just a cover, and this is exactly like the previous one. If you wish, and let's say you have a day off and you want to screw these boxes, and you're like, hey, let me put some little work, which I don't think would be useful. I see this as a supers, used as a regular frame, but as a supers because they don't rot, and you can store them where you don't have to worry about them, and washing and cleaning, that should be a breeze. Again, if you have an extra day and you say, hey, I want to mess with them, put some tape, quick skirt some of that insulation and pop this back, then you would add a little bit of insulation. I don't see it should help. Every little helps for this. And in fact, you can do this on a box, so you don't have to before you assemble or anything like this. I'm pretty sure it would be faster if you put it. Doing the next one, put it stuck on each other, and should be good to go. I'm assuming they use some kind of press to press them. It's pretty even. No glue used or anything. It's just friction. Okay, let's put this one together, and I'm assuming, I don't know what's the difference between them, not much difference, but yeah, let's put this, how I say, they're the same, $5 or something like the difference, just to have that. I'm not sure. You might want to check if you're interested, of course. If you are interested in buying them, again, main focus was to be made in USA. Okay, this one. By the way, they include handles on each side, so now I'm gonna try this time to smack it with a hammer. to hit directly. So. You don't need to smack it hard, barely. And with the mallet, you don't need any blocks. With the mallet, it's gonna go way smoother if I can find one. I got everything laying around except what I need. So, super easy. I love it. Okay. I'm pretty sure any insulation is better than none. So I do see a little bit of light. The edge for the frame, it's a little bit reinforced. It has a small ribs inside right here, so it's pretty thick. I would say like over an 8 inch. Now I want to see how those clips is just to line up. I'm assuming heavy, it will help you because it's plastic. Keep in mind sliding frames, and it's a little bit different than the wood. Wood has some friction. Now the way I see it, it does slide. It's not slide proof, but those little teeth helps. If you wouldn't have that, it would be more like icy. So the little, it helps. So in this case, the box would move only back forward because of those. As soon as you will break them, and I bet you will, because loading this full of frames with honey, that's gonna go away. That's definitely, it's gonna mess it up. So laying on anywhere, that's not gonna hold. Alrighty. Now what I see, it is basically because of those tabs, it will slide, but it will not let the bees come out. You can see it's a little gap, but it's not fully. It's not enough for ventilation. If you would think like you might, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna propolize those. So I don't think you can use this. Let's put this and see how they matches. All right. I'm gonna quick mention to this. So basically they fit. I put this on top. The only thing what stands in the way, so there is 4 studs, like little raised studs on each corner on the bottom board, and there's those clips right there, so they conflict with each other. So I'm just gonna take and kind of nudge them down, and that should fit exactly. Again, not a big deal. I wish they would have more communication with each other. Again, it's made in USA. Not a big deal for me because I'm planning to use this as a bottom box anyway. This hive is gonna stay together, so that's not a big deal for me. So when you put it, it fits exactly. It could not be more precise. So like super nice, like Lego, like meant to be with each other. I always said that you get one extra. They're not super tight, like, but the rest, everything is like it's meant. It's exactly the same width. It fits exactly in the length, and yeah. I'm gonna next. I want to bring a frame and see how that fits with the frame. Okay, we'll check the frames. So I got both with foundation, so plastic foundation. This is plastic. I don't remember the brand, unfortunately. Manlake. I think they both from Manlake, so I'm not sure about that. I don't remember at least. How much space? So the important part is to have those space right here for the bees. So when I'm pushing, it's a little bit tight. So the boxes, again, it all depends what frame you get. This one, they do have space on each end. If it's pushed all the way one way, you will get 3/16 and 3/16. Let's measure the frame and see what the difference, just to as a reference. So we have 19/18 and 15/16 and maybe 32 seconds. Same thing. So 32 seconds, that's basically 32 seconds less than 19. So the jigs, they're all not all the same. So there you go. They're super sliding. This is like ice. With the wood, it's a little bit maybe different, but the issue with this, I'm assuming it could be when they propellize a lot, and another part is when the moth, the goddamn butterfly that puts moth, how do you call this, wax moth, any nooks and crannies that not accessible by the bees, it's gonna be taken by the wax moth and larvae and some of the other assholes that goes into the hive. As a reference, the depth of this is 5/8, maybe a little bit less. So this is just in case that if you have a bottom space, or this is, you could say there is enough space for the bees. If you put something given, it might not be. So let's use this cover as a straight line. I would say it is accessible, not exactly. It's a little bit less than 3/8, definitely, maybe 1/4 inch. And on the bottom, there's plenty. Actually, these frames are like, so the plastic one, it has like a 1/2 inch, and the wooden one has like a little bit of 5/16. So in fact, you know what, the plastic one, it has 7/16, and the wooden one has 1/4, if I measure this way. Okay, this is the frames. I wish they would use more like standard. Maybe the bus, it is the standard. It's my frames that are messed up. So again, putting those on top of each other. By the way, the stand itself, you cannot grab from the box. I don't think you can screw this to the bottom board, but it fits super good. It doesn't go anywhere. How I said, those studs on each corner has a stud that holds the box, and they're like meant to be with each other. So really good. I don't think you need to, probably easier, but if you grab the whole thing from the bottom box, at this point just grab from the bottom box instead of the box. Okay, put this on. And we'll see how over the years it will hold on. Let me move this a little bit aside. And you know what? Let's make a little bit more. There you go. Oh, that's the whole idea. So they will not slide off, but it doesn't stay like put like the bottom box. I understand this is different company, so it does have that little click, especially if heavy, that should stick to it. I saw how I said there's only 2 reviews of these boxes on the whole YouTube, so that's what I want to show about it. You might see a little bit of the sun going right there through it, so it is thick. There is stick. That should not be an issue. And then let's see how this fits. The idea is right there. Again, it doesn't fall off. It does have those studs too. Like if you look at right here, underneath there's a stud. So if you put it underneath, it stays in place. It does wiggle 3/8 only front to back. No, not on the side. And of course you have left one mouse guard reducers just in case. And the cover. Alrighty, here is a quick about the cover. So the cover, it has a channel. There's a channel right here. It's only one way, so if you want to use the upper entrance, you can make sure you have the channel that redirects the base, and otherwise just flip it the other way, and there is nowhere to go. Okay, my planning to the configuration I'm planning to use is to have this one box and then have the feeder placed and then use the other box to kind of cover it. Despite that this is from I mean, it's a different company, but make sure when you open there's another sticker of their instruction. Of course, I quick cut those little tabs, clean them up. Pretty sure you can silicone or somehow. In my case, I don't need to put anything, just my idea is to put it right there and use the box to kind of cover it again. They don't kind of match each other. I had to notch those, unfortunately. Those 4 notches that hold them from side to side. And if I notch those down, it fits exactly, nowhere to move at this point. It holds them together, and it will protect the feeder from the sun, which for me it's important. Have at least something, because when you put those and the SARMs kind of like warm up, the water pushes out, and then by the evening it doesn't have that option to cool down the next day. It's basically a whole, you put it in the sun and it will be gone by noon. So the cover itself is a little bit loose. I don't think that matters. Even on the original one, subcover. There you go. This is the whole hive. I will show you a little bit around, just to have an idea. There you go. So that's all made in USA. That's the back. I would say some of the things could be improved. Otherwise, that's right. Lastly, we're going to put together this interceptor. Again, the same thing with this one. Definitely you can get way cheaper and everything. The whole idea is made in USA. Okay. They all made plastic. This is the cap. Here's the sides. Looks like a couple bungees included. Hook. Hook, it's all plastic. You get a couple of ends with pin. What else is in here? Okay, card from them, of course. Okay. Holy crap. Hey, leave your personal note. It says over, and when you says thanks, Bob's Fry, it leaves you the phone number, voice, text anytime. Holy shit, that's something. And for some reason there's a Q-tip. I'm assuming that's for the bait for the lemongrass. Okay, looks like they have a hole in the bag because a couple of bolts fell off. Let's do that. Okay. And a pen. Okay. Instructions is inside. The funnels. There should not be some quick tips. Instructions. Again, everything is awesome. Now, I was planning to have some cracking between. I don't think that's necessary. Depends where you place it. If you want to have kind of semi-sealed enclosure, maybe it's worth it to use some caulking to have a better sealant. So, and if you put caulking over there, you have only access from the top and from the front. And looks like there's a couple of bands. Let's see how tight those are sealing. Let's put this in there. And we can snap those vents. There we go. There you go, it's pretty tight. I do believe small ends can go through based on what little square the mesh is in. You don't have to install those. And this one looks like acrylic, it's plastic. There you go. Everything fits nicely. And bolts, everything is included, including, I'm assuming, the nail they need to put on a tree, which is quite interesting. Now this is the nice to be the flat side. The way I see it, there's more space on the, so you don't want to have, if you put with the nut outside, it will stick, and when you put against something it will rock. So to avoid that, I'm going to use this inside because there's still space for it. Alrighty. I'm gonna touch just a couple of them. I still think that I'm gonna put maybe some cocking or something, just to, it's unnecessary. That's just my idea. Two more just to keep this together, and we'll do the cocking later. Now the quality, what's so interesting about this is the quality will show over the time how it stays in the sun. Mainly this one as a trap catcher and all this should not stay in the sun. Usually you'll place it somewhere on the trees in the shade, so that's gonna help. But this is the final thing that you kind of like, I got the hive, now I want to catch some bees. This snaps in, and I'm assuming this is just to close it. It's not a mouse guard, not a reducer, and it looks like it's printed because it's a little bit elastic. It's not hard, you can bend it. And I guess as soon as you got the bees in, you can come at night when they're in, close it. Now let's figure out how, before we put the cap, I want to put the frames and see how they fit. Okay. Perfect. Yes. Now this is, I think this will fit some different frames, and just for reference I'm gonna measure all the way to the bottom. So you get 18 and a half depth down, 18 and a half. So I understand they should fit 5 frames, so that's 1. Okay, that's 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. 5 frames with 1/2 inch to spare on one side. Okay, and the cap itself, I will finish with the screws. There's a bungee cord comes with, pretty nice solid rubber bungee. It's unusual. Usually these days you don't see this. And there's no stamps that they would say where is this from. I mean what material it is. But it should be flexible for you and where to kind of hook over there. So I'm gonna try to put one end. There you go. You kind of squeeze those ears, make sure it gets in. Push down. That's interesting. Oh, come on. I definitely would do good seal. Let me try the other side. And squeeze it. Son of a gun. Definitely will make a good seal. Okay, there you go. This portion right here is not hard, but you have to kind of like push it. It's flexible. We'll see over the time how it acts. We'll hang it. We'll see how it will stay. We'll take the time over the I'll do a quick later review and see how it stands the time. In most of the reviews it kind of gives you the impression this is metal. Actually it's plastic. I don't think there would be an issue just making another one if it breaks. Last case scenario, you can just put a board, screw it from inside with washers, and attach the board to whatever you like. Otherwise, there you go. Item itself, it's a 21.5 by 23/4, 6.25. Depth is 9.5. It's pretty nice. And let's conclude that from the whole thing assembled. Again, the whole idea is made in USA. Plastic. I didn't go for the wood. Maybe in the future I will I'll buy a wood. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.